like to thank the grace of heaven, the virtues of the masters, and the compassion and mercy of the predecessors, transmitters, lectures, temple hosts, and everyone for giving me this opportunity today to talk about today's topic. Excuse me, that's it. I don't know. Which is okay. It's the Noble Eightfold Paths. The title that I use, I use is I call it the cultivation, okay, of the Noble. I mean, you can say it's the Noble. It would be Noble Eightfold Paths Part 2. Okay. Now, last year in the first year class, the new member class, we also talked about the Noble Eightfold Paths, but that's more like let's see, that's this. Excuse me. That's this one. Okay, that's this one. Okay, that's this one we talked about. If we just but it's really the part one of Noble Eightfold Paths, which we give, we break down what the eight divisions, 8 paths. Okay, this is the standard. Okay, this is the standard because this is the way it was first given by Buddha. Okay, by Buddha in his first sermon, first lecture, okay, to humans, okay, to his five fellow disciples, okay, at the Deer Park, okay. So that's what that is, okay. So now it's very basic. I mean, if you read it, which we'll go through, it's kind of basic, the way it's given, okay. Now there's a the a little bit more deeper or higher level understanding is to how do you break these eight components, okay, or how do you group them, okay, okay, and that's what we're going to do that today, and how these 8 components, because by itself is fairly basic, right? I mean, at the basic level, but then there's higher level, which the Eightfold Paths is the foundation, if you will, or I say foundation, are the components that make up other components of the Buddhist Dharma, and specifically, that's why specifically, I'm talking about the here, it's right here. It's the seven. It's the 37 limbs or aids, they call it, limbs or aids of enlightenment. Okay, that's fine. So in this class, in this part 2 of the Noble, I'm going to be talking, explaining the Noble that with respect, from the perspective, maybe you can say that, or the perspective of the 37 aids or limbs to enlightenment. Okay, I mean, it's another way of looking at it, but it's a little bit more advanced level. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's what it. So this is really part 2. Then there are more advanced levels. Okay, of understanding the Eightfold Path specifically. And I don't want to go into it, but here's what you'll see right here. Okay, it's very it's a lot of information, but it's basically this is the little bit more advanced level, okay, which we can talk about in year 3 and 4. Okay, so this is it's all based on here. If you look at column A and B, okay, column A and B, okay, that's the Eightfold Paths. But the more advanced level, the higher level of understanding is to understand how the Eightfold Paths are connected or will lead to the if you look at here, to the rows 4 and 5, to the 4, it's the 3 cards or 3 levels, 3 levels, 3 cards, 3 paths actually it's the fourth path is the column H. Okay, that's the great, we say the great vehicle, the one vehicle, the ekayana. Okay, the one vehicle, or they call it the white bullock cart. Now these 4 carts, if you look at, okay, the goat cart, the deer cart, and the ox and the white bullock cart. Okay, so that's column C, D, G, and H. Okay, these are from, I forgot which chapter, so maybe chapter 8 of the Lotus Sutra. Okay, Lotus Sutra. And so from the very first teaching that Buddha gave, right, to his 5 disciples, the Noble Eightfold, how it connects ultimately, or links up, links up, or get tied together in the Lotus Sutra, which is the second to the last teaching of Buddha, right? Of Buddha. Okay, so some 40 years later, 40 years later. Okay, so that's more advanced level, and so there are a lot of concepts here that's connected to the Eightfold Paths. On these different, if you look at this is more advanced. Okay, so it has a lot of concepts and all that stuff. Okay, but with that's what ultimately the Eightfold Paths. So you really could understand Eightfold Paths at that higher level. Okay, so but that will be shown in the 5th year class, 4th year class, that type of third, 4th level. Okay, so to just understand. Okay, so the Eightfold Paths, we know about, we talked about this the first year. Okay, first year class. It basically, it's an introduction to the middle path, to the middle way, middle path, and he talks about concepts of impermanence, anicca, right, causality, okay, or nidana, okay, and also anatta, meaning no self. Okay, yeah, everything non-self. Okay, and the Eightfold Paths are also the 7th set of the 7 category. Okay, so there are 8. Okay, so there are 37 we call limbs, aids, tools, if you will, towards enlightenment, and the Eightfold Paths is 8 of them. Okay, it's 8 of them. Okay, so actually it's all of them, but as a whole, the Eightfold Paths makes up 8 of them. But then there are parts of it that make up the different sets. So which we will go along. Okay, now in the basic, okay, in the basic presentation of the Noble Eightfold Paths, is usually given as, the first one is proper view, second one is proper intention, proper speech, proper actions, proper livelihood, proper we call it efforts, proper mindfulness, and then proper concentration or samadhi, okay, or dhyana. Okay, now that's the traditional way it's been given. Just another way of looking at it is that you divide it as the threefold division as opposed to the 8, the 8 part, the eightfold. Okay, now so the first 2, the proper view or understanding, and the proper thoughts or intentions, are what we are categorized as wisdom. Okay, now. Okay. So as wisdom, okay, and usually this is the last step. Yeah. So it's kind of inverted from the way we say, oh well, he says proper view, proper thoughts are 1 and 2, right? And so why do we say, okay, we say, okay, that's part of wisdom. You can say that, and so why is that the third part? We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then the third, fourth, and fifth are basically talking about, if you look at this, right? 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right? Are basically talking about what's the right way to, what's the correct way, the ethical and moral way of life, of living, of being. Okay, so that's proper speech, right? We should be honest, right? We should be sincere, right? Okay, right, that type of thing. And also that's in our words, okay, so that's the words, okay, speech. And then in our conducts or behaviors, actions, we shouldn't kill, we shouldn't steal, we shouldn't have lust, right? So those are, right? So that's kind of, that's our ethical, moral concepts, okay? So precepts, okay, or ways of living, okay? And then the third one is what type of livelihood, right? What type of you can say occupation that we should be engaged in. Okay, so we should not be engaging in occupations that involves killing, humans, killing beings, and then killing animals, slavery. Okay, intoxicants and poisons. Okay, so these are 3, 4, and 5. Oops. Okay, let us go to the first page. Okay. So 3, 4, and 5, right here. 3, 4, and 5 are ethical conducts, right? Makes sense, right? Yeah. Okay. Both in words and in actions, right? Behavior, conduct, and job. Okay. And then the last 3 components. Number 6. Okay. Number 6, 7, and 8. Okay, which corresponds to this, right? This is okay. This outline is from the first year class, so if you should have that. Okay, you should know. Okay, that's proper efforts or vigorous efforts. Okay, or you can say nonstop, or constant endeavors, constant efforts. Okay, you can say. Okay, well, anyway, okay, meaning that these are like our intentions. I say intentions, our goals. Okay, what we should be trying to do, right? We should, right, get rid of, things that's bad, right? Evil, we say evil or bad, negative things that already exists, right? So that has to do, that can also be applied, excuse me, to ourselves, to internally, to ourselves, to be it our thoughts, our tendencies, propensities, and our actions, etc. Okay, and also we try to prevent, right? Try to not enable, okay, not enable bad things from arising, right? Okay, and then same thing with the good side, the positive aspects, that we should always try to maintain things that are already good, and also to promote, encourage, or enhance, right? Good things that has not yet happened, or good qualities. Okay, all right. Same thing with proper mindfulness. So the endeavors is more external. This is more external. Okay. Also has internal to internal, but anyway, okay, it's more okay. Whereas the mindfulness, meaning that it's more internal. Okay, it's more internal, even though there is external too. But anyway, so it just refers to what our mental state is. Okay, that we should be aware of our deeds, of our words and thoughts, in 4 areas, right? With regards to the mind, that our thoughts are impermanent, right? Our human thoughts, and then our feelings, emotions, right, and are the cause of suffering. Okay, and that our mental qualities. It just means that all things, thoughts and things are dependent. That means they all have a cause. They all have a cause. Okay, they all have a source. You can say source. They all have a source, and so therefore, okay, you have a beginning and end, right? Beginning and end, and therefore, because they have a beginning and end, therefore it's not permanent. All right, so it's not permanent. So there's no essence. Okay, and then with regard to the body, okay. Now, there are higher levels of understanding of that. This is very basic level. There's higher level. Okay, but that we don't need to get into it now. Okay, that would be let's say part 3, part 4. Okay, and then lastly is concentration. Okay, or samadhi or dhyana. Okay, they say. Now, this concentration does not mean to just meditate. Okay, it doesn't mean that. Okay, doesn't mean to that. It means we have to develop or attain a very calm and concentrated mind based on we call the 4 meditative states. I mean, that's the basic level. That's the arhat level. You can say arhat level. Yeah, arhat level. Okay, to help prepare for the ultimate wisdom and light. Okay, to non-attach, undeterred, and non-dualistic concept. That's the whole idea. So it's these 4 parts. Okay, these 4. Okay, that we have to have strong aspiration of zeal will increase our faith in, we say, in the Tao, or in our Buddha nature, okay, or in the truth, Okay, that's gonna say, and then we have to have vigorous efforts, and that kind of like links up with number 6 above. Okay, it just means that we have to improve, be more diligent, be more vigilant, be more aware, all that stuff, and that way our practice will be more concentrated, more focused, and we will have less tendency to deviate, to deviate from the path or from our focus or from our practice. Okay, and then the intense concentrated conscious, that means we have to go. When I say intense, it doesn't mean, see, that most people interpret this as deep level of meditation. Okay, deeper meditation. And in a sense, it's true. Okay, in a sense, it's true. It just means that we go beyond, we transcend beyond our dualistic mind, and we become closer to the mind, we say Buddha nature, the mind of our Buddha nature, or you can say to our Bodhi mind, okay, Bodhi mind, okay, which is part of our Buddha nature, okay, or you can say one of the qualities, okay. And then when we so that's number 3, right? So when we go beyond our dualistic mind, the mind of our human nature, right? Okay, and we get closer, or we are we attain greater awareness or higher awareness of our Buddha nature, that is our Bodhi mind. So then our Bodhi mind will start to reveal, to show, to manifest. Okay, that way, then number 4 will come into play, where that discernment, in terms of deep contemplation means, your deep thought. It's really beyond thought. Okay, it's really beyond thought. Discernment, this really just means it's the mind or discernment that arises from our Buddha nature wisdom, that comes from our Buddha nature wisdom. Okay, so that's what the developed divine wisdom is. Okay, so that's what the 3, and so that's what 6, 7, 8 are. Okay, so let's go to the components. Okay, I kind of like gave you an overview. The first one is proper, we say, understanding of you, right? So now that's the initial step to awakening. Okay, so that's why this is first, because you need to have a spark, if you will, like a spark or an epiphany, a moment of awareness, saying, okay, the light bulb clicks on, right? Okay, or the candle is lit in a dark room or something like that. Okay, so that's what we need. Okay, all right, and okay, that's so that's why this is placed first. But on the threefold, remember in the threefold, right in here, we say that will be, this number 1 will be the last one, which we will talk about, because remember, it's wisdom. So initially you can say, initially, we need some kind of wisdom. You can say, we need some kind of wisdom. That's epiphany, or the light bulb clicks on, or whatever. Okay, to understand that, wait a minute, maybe what I've been doing, or what I've been thinking, or whatever, all my previous ideas, concepts, whatever, maybe that's not right. Okay, maybe I need, something else. Okay, so anyway, okay. And then we also, part of the proper view is that we have to know what the 4 noble truths are, right? I mean, we have to really appreciate, understand that, and right? And what are the 4 noble truths, right? We know what they are, right? Right here. Oh, we should know what they are. Right here, right? Okay, right? Suffering, the source of suffering. Then there's the cessation of suffering, and then there's the path. Okay, so that's that. That is part of that initial, that initial step towards awakening of one's Buddha nature. Okay, so these 2 are tied, okay, together. And then now this is more, this is a little bit more advanced level now, more advanced level of the first view of the first the first path. Okay, is that then we will then have more penetrate, insight. Penetrative insight means that insight that transcends this dualistic realm. Okay, this realm of extremes. Okay, all that stuff. Okay, and then what's our true nature of reality? What is true? What is real? What is really true? Okay, real. Okay, so an example would be the 3 Dharma seals. Okay, and the 4 inverted views. Anybody want to know what the 3 Dharma views are? Okay. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Sorry, the 3 Dharma seals. What are the 3 Dharma seals? Oops. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, the 3 Dharma seals, okay, are this. Basically, it's this. You understand that, oh, wait a minute. This material world or this physical being, reality, whatever you want to call it, it's really impermanent, right? And part of that will lead to, because of that impermanence, that there is suffering. Okay. Now suffering comes from many sources. Actually, the word, it's dukkha in Sanskrit. Okay. Now in Chinese they translate as which means suffering. I mean, literally it means suffering. Okay. Suffering, it's really dissatisfaction that in this dualistic realm, you can never be satisfied, completely satisfied. Okay, yeah, that's the problem. Okay, so that's called suffering from Buddha's perspective. Okay, the more, you can go, and then finally there's no, when we say no ego, that means there's no essence. In other words, and it flows from the first two. Okay, first two. All right, because of these two, then there is no such thing as essence or ego. Okay, because all of you, all of our, even our consciousness, our egos, that's the more intangible aspect, right? And then the tangible, the body, the form, etc. None of it is real because they are not lasting, and plus they are not perfect. They're unsatisfactory. Okay, so therefore, okay, there's no essence. Okay, so it's not essence. It's not 100% true all the time. Okay, I mean it's not everlasting. Okay, and then what the 4 inverted thing is, right? The 4 down here it is. Okay, the 4 inverted views with regard, okay, to consideration what is really permanent, what is really impermanent to be permanent. So we view our thoughts, our lives, to be permanent when in fact it's impermanent, right? What is really suffering to feel? We think that, oh yeah, celebrate your birthday, celebrate whatever your milestone, your achievements, your graduation, your career, family, whatever, okay, success, whatever. To be good, to be happy things, happy when in fact it's still suffering. Because now when we say suffering, it means it's not satisfactory. It's not complete. It's not perfect, right? Okay. And then what is not self to be a self? That we think our ego, our mind, our consciousness are true, are really our true selves. But that's not really so, okay? And what is impure to be pure, right? We think that our bodies are pure, our thoughts are pure, whatever, okay? But in fact, it is not, okay? Now, yeah, so it's part of the 4 foundations of mindfulness, and the first, well, that's more advanced. That's the in the time. But what I'm trying to get at is that that at the higher level, we of the proper view understanding is we have to have these insights, these transcending insights into what is what is real, what is not real, right? What is true, what is false, all that stuff. Okay, what is permanent, what is not permanent. Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, then if we could eliminate wrong views, and that's from the third, right? We thought that what is we consider things that are impermanent to be permanent. That's kind of wrong, right? Misconception or misunderstanding, right, etc. Right? Okay. What is suffering to be joy, etc. All that stuff. If we could eliminate all these views, then we can overcome that third poison, right? Which is ignorance. Okay, so we go beyond. Okay, so that's what the first, the higher. know, the more, a little bit more of that. And same thing with the second thought, you know, the proper thoughts, right? To become free from evil. Okay. We have to develop kind, loving, intention thoughts in order to transform to compassion and tolerance. Okay. That's why we need proper intent, proper intent, because that way we can have compassion and tolerance. Okay. And also benevolence and non-violence then become turned into what? Mercifulness, humanity, empathy, etc. Right? Same as detachment and selfness and unselfishness or selflessness becomes non-bias or non-prejudice, right? And equanimity, right? That's all proper intentions of thought. And the elimination of improper intention thoughts and desires will lead to what? Contentment, then happiness and joy. Okay, so these are the different levels. So people just say, oh, okay, yeah, just don't have evil thoughts and but if you go deeper, it's just once you have no such evil thoughts, bad thoughts, whatever, improper thoughts, whatever intentions, it will then lead to contentment and then happiness and joy. Okay, now these first three here. Okay, these first three here, right, will what? Overcome the first and second poisons of greed and rage. Okay, right? Because you're gonna have what? Compassion, joy, empathy, mercifulness, etc., and contentment, and that's overcome the first those two poisons, right, of rage and greed. Okay, then the proper. Okay, now so here I'm lumping together the third, fourth, and fifth components of the which is this, right? The first four vices of speech, the three evils of the body, and the five traits. Okay, so these are all what we call moral living. Okay, how do you, if you want to live an ethical and moral life, this is what you would do. Okay, so this would fall under precepts. Okay, so like what we say under the threefold division. Okay, that's this. Okay, third, fourth, and fifth components, which is here. Okay, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, and so that's I can say more precepts. This is the way. Okay, so remember what the three components, the threefold divisions are. We say precepts, concentration, and wisdom. Okay, so that's the general order. Okay, that we say, because you have to have precepts, first in order to have concentration. Okay, because not only these moral precepts, governs, speech, actions, and livelihood, but actually it's also your mind. You can focus. And it comes from these first two, obviously, these two, right? These first two, proper understanding, proper views, and also proper intention, proper thoughts and intentions. Okay, so then once you have that, then it's and you follow up with these moral precepts, then it's easy. Then it's easy to have our Buddha nature wisdom manifest. Okay, it's not, because you transcend the human nature mind. Okay, all right. Okay, so then number 6, right? It's this we talked about already. Number 6 is the proper efforts. Okay, proper diligent efforts. That means nonstop. Okay, you do it. You keep doing it. You keep practicing. Keep staying on that path, on the path of cultivation, right? Okay, and then this happens to be the second set of the 7 categories. Okay, so part of the eightfold paths, number 6, the sixth path, 6 divisions, 6 path of the 8 divisions. Okay, proper efforts or vigors makes up the second set. Okay, of the 37. Okay, then number 8, the last component of that, it's the proper mindfulness. I'm sorry, not last. It's number 7, the second to the last. Okay, it's in 4 areas, right here, right? it's in 4 areas. It's with regard to this, right? To the mind, to our emotions or feelings, to dharmas, to things, objects, things. It could be thoughts too, okay? Anything, okay? And to the body, okay? So all these are 4 proper views. You can say proper mindfulness is more than view. It's a view, but it's like an understanding that you always have to maintain. You always have to have, okay? Awareness leads to awareness. It's like awareness, yeah, okay? So it's a type of awareness, you can say that, okay? All right? And that happens, it's just the first, second, and third happen to be the Dharma, 3 Dharma seals, okay? The first, second, and third, okay? And this also is the first set of the 7 categories of the 7 factors of the 37 aids or limbs of enlightenment, okay? So number 7, proper mindfulness, makes up with these 4 components is the first set, okay, of the 7 category. And number 6, right, proper efforts, these 4 components make up the second set, okay? So you have the first and second of the 37, okay? So that's how, fundamental the Eightfold Paths are, okay? Okay, so then let's go to the last component, which is the proper concentration. Okay, now what is the proper concentration? Okay, now people say, oh, meditation state. Meditation it's only a small part of this. Okay, and also if you just solely focus on just meditation and doing nothing, and then you ignore this, definitely you ignore number six, okay? Okay, because you're not doing anything externally, okay? At least this, and also part of number 3, 4, 5 also, okay? But anyway, it doesn't matter, okay? Okay, so okay, right here, okay? So proper, we say concentration, it's this, it's actually this. It's a lot. It means we say it's meditation. It's focus. You can say it's deep focus, okay, or concentration, in order so that we can develop a calm, non-attached, concentrated mind based on the 4 meditative states. What are the 4 meditative states? That's joy and pleasure from detachment. So that's the first one. First meditation means detachment. Okay, detachment, right? And you will derive joy and pleasure because then there's nothing that you have attachment to that is unsatisfactory. That is, okay, that you'll never become satisfied, right? When you attach to something, you're never satisfied, okay? But once you can become, then you can be joyful because you're able to let it go, right? To let things go, so it wouldn't affect you. Okay, so that's how joy. And then from concentration or fading of joy in equanimity and vital. So the first meditation, yeah, you will have joy and pleasure. Then the second state is when you, or second level, second stage, when you have equanimity, when you have no longer a discriminating mind, things that you like, things that you dislike. Okay, people you like, people you dislike, et cetera, right? All that like and dislike, right? How can I say? There's no longer a notion of joy now, even at that because everything is the way it is, just is, just is, okay, just is. It's a 如是, okay, just so, that's the way it is, just that's the way it is, okay. And mindfulness, then because you're always aware now, you're always aware of what true reality is, or what things are not true are, okay. So then, okay, and then you then have sensation, then and how can I say, and cessation. You no longer have this notion of having pleasure and pain, because everything is just, how can I say, just so. So it's no longer duality. It's no longer dualistic, right? Because what's the opposite? What's the opposite of joy, right? Rage, right? Joy, rage, right? Joy, rage, right? Okay, so there's no longer that duality in play. You get it? Okay. So there's no longer pleasure and pain, right? So it's like, that's duality, right? Because now you are 100%, because 100% or totally in this mindful and state of equanimity, means detachment, okay, detachment, right? Or non-duality, equanimity, right? Meaning, equal, right? Or, literally means equal, right? So there's no more what we call discriminating between what's, good or bad, all that, okay, good or bad, right? Pleasure, pain, right? Positive, negative. In other words, of saying this, you've transcended that dualistic mindset, if you will, or dualistic realm. Okay, so therefore there's sensation. You're close to the absolute realm, and that's what true our Buddha nature state is. Okay, all right. So that way it will help in the attainment of wisdom and enlightenment. Okay, that's right. So here's the 4 levels. Okay, I don't say 4 level, 4 components, 4 parts. Okay, of number 8 of a proper concentration, okay, focus. We then have a stronger aspiration or zeal to cultivate, to attain Buddhahood. Okay, so that's when we are constantly at that state. Okay, so this is like awakening to our Bodhi mind. Okay, once we awaken to our Bodhi mind, that will give us say motivation that will allow us, okay, or give us this aspiration or zeal to want to achieve alignment. Okay, so that increases our faith. Okay, then the second component is that it also enhances, it enforces number 6, the proper efforts, right here. Okay, the proper efforts. Okay, proper efforts. Okay, that it improves our diligent practice and focus. So this 8th component, this proper concentration, further reinforces, if you will, number 6, the proper efforts or endeavors, right? Okay, or vigors. Okay, it just further aids, improves that. Okay, that level, and also the third component is also that this number 8 of proper concentration, if you will, intense concentration of our consciousness. It just means that now this consciousness does not mean our human nature level consciousness, but the Bodhi mind consciousness. So that elevates our mindfulness. Okay, awareness. Okay, awareness. All right. Okay, so by having proper concentration, it elevates our awareness, which reinforces number 7. Get it? Number 7, okay, which enforces our number 7, which is the mindfulness, or you can say awareness. Okay, and then the other component, the other this proper concentration is that then it will develop our divine wisdom or Buddha nature wisdom, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, or God, you can say divine wisdom, or you can say Buddha nature wisdom, Buddha wisdom. Okay, so it comes from our Buddha nature. Okay, or it's really, you can say it's the wisdom of the absolute realm. Okay, the absolute. Okay, as opposed to book learning, experience, that type of thing. Okay, teachings or whatever. Okay, wisdom. Okay, so this is that. That's what it is. Okay, now this number 8, this proper concentration, also happens to be the 3rd set of the 7 categories. Okay, so now we have what? 3rd set, 1st set, and 2nd set, and each set has 4 components. Okay, like right here, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4 here, right? Okay, and same thing with the mindfulness or awareness has 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then same thing with the proper concentration, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 12. That's 12 out of the 37. Okay, 12 out of 37. Okay, so that's that's 1/3 right there, right? Almost 1/3. Okay, but there's more. Okay, so now we say, wait a minute. Okay, so that's 8. Okay, that's the eight component. Now, to go back to the very beginning when we talk about the three divisions. Okay, now we say 1 and 2, proper views, proper understanding, and proper intentions are considered wisdom. Right, yeah, it's considered wisdom. Okay, remember, consider wisdom. So from this threefold perspective, okay, these number 1 and 2 would be the last. How can I say? Would be the last part of the 3 components, right? The 3 components. So it's like inverted because we need from the 3. We're talking about from here, from the threefold division, or we could say 3 non-outflow studies. Okay, sanctity teaching. The first, when we start from 0, start from beginning. Okay, assuming that we're not yet enlightened, right? Otherwise, if we're enlightened, we don't need to follow the noble eightfold paths, right? You're kind of right. Okay, but let's say from that. So we have to do 3, 4, 5, which is here. We have to follow precepts first. We have to follow precepts. This is why in our temples, right? We stress, we put a very important emphasis on. We saw the temple rules and regulations, which is part of the precepts. Okay, precepts. The many precepts. If you wanna, if you wanna go into advanced, it's here. We have this is 3, 4, 5 right here. Okay, it's here. There's a ton of them. Okay, there's a ton of them. Okay, there's a ton. They're 3,000 hours. That's a ton. Okay, that's a ton. Okay, it encompasses a lot of things. Okay, encompasses a lot of things. But this is the basic one. Okay, just basic. Right? We start out with the right speech and all that stuff. Right, right. The right speech, right actions, right conducts, and right livelihood. Right. Okay. So it starts from here. Then once we could do this. Plus, we have these 1 and 2 now. Initially, okay, we don't know if it's wisdom yet. We don't know if it's wisdom. We just say, hey, it's a gut feeling, that hey, maybe there's something more to life than just my body, all that stuff. Okay, all that stuff. Okay, all right. I don't know if this is real, if it's true. How we. Okay. With that, and that, then that will allow us to go to 6, 7. And 8, which is proper endeavors, proper mindfulness, and proper concentration, which is this, which are 6, 7, and 8, we say, right? Concentration is part of that concentration. Now, this concentration, this is broad. This is very broad. Okay, this does not mean meditation. It just means that our minds, our thoughts are centered, are centered on the right, pointing toward the right direction. That's important, okay? Because we have precepts. We know what precepts are, right? We've been following what's good, what's right and wrong. We know what's right and wrong, all that stuff, okay? All right. So therefore, our purpose, our aim, our goals, then will be what? Will be set or aligned properly to the proper direction. Okay, that's what that in the broad sense mean. Okay, so that's what 6, 7, and 8 will help us. Okay, now once we have the precepts, or we have we do the good things, right? We don't do bad things. That's the very, very basic stuff. Okay, all right. We have proper livelihood. We don't kill. We don't all that, because if we kill, we know we will create karma, right? Most people don't know that, but if you have that, how can I say, proper mindset, that follows to proper view, right? The first one. Then you understand that, hey, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Okay. So once you have that, then that will, and your mind can be more disciplined, right? You can calm your mind, right? Like I said, then the 6, 7, 8, especially when we say wisdom, we say it's easier to be what? To have a proper mindset, right? Proper, proper direction, right? So it'll be right. It'll be the correct one, okay? You'll be pointing in the right direction, okay? Or you'll be, heading towards the right goal, okay? And then when you could do these two well, the precepts and we say the concentration, then that's when wisdom will descend. Now, so when wisdom, when we say this 1 and 2, it's the higher level. It's the higher level. Get it? It's the higher level wisdom, meaning that's where these things will come. Okay, will reveal itself. Then you'll realize, oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I know, what's, everything is impermanent, or what's really permanent. Okay, I'll know that, oh, wait a minute, what I thought was permanent is really impermanent, or what I thought was happy or joyful is still really suffering. Okay, what I thought was pure is really impure. Okay, right, all that stuff. Okay, so that's that, and so that will means that we would eliminate our ignorance. Now, this is the very high level already, okay? I mean, and I'm not talking about ignorance at a very low level. I mean, I'm talking about high. And same thing with here. Same thing with the other two components of the 3 poisons, right? Rage and anger. Rage and greed, or anger and greed. Okay, so that's what, and that's real wisdom. That's when real wisdom comes out. So that's why it's this. Okay, so that's why. The reason why, first and second component came first is because Buddha is speaking from from the enlightened point of view. Understand? So that's why, enlightened point of view, you would have this. So look at it from another way. Okay, once you have enlightened view, then you naturally, your speech, your actions, your words, your actions, your livelihood would be correct, right? Makes sense, right? Would be correct. And when you're enlightened, when you're enlightened, then your efforts will always be like this, will be following the 4, right? And you'll always be aware. You'll always be aware of the 3 Dharma seals, all that stuff. Okay, all right, okay, and your concentration will be perfect, will be absolute awareness, absolute, where it's only wisdom that will come forth. I mean, that level. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's conclude. Let's go to the conclusion. So that's a higher level. Okay, so in a sense, it's. What the heck is this? Okay, it's basically talking about this, but from this view first, and then going backwards. Okay, all right, to this. Okay, so that's this is more advanced. There's a ton of stuff in here, ton of concepts in here. That's why this will be like for the 4th and 5th year classes. Okay, but anyway, so the cultivation of the net will actually also embody all 37 aids of enlightenment, including the 4th set of 5 good roots and the 5th set of 5 powers or faculties. Okay, so the 5 good roots are this: faith, okay, faith, vigor, mindfulness, concentration. If you notice all these, now faith would come from where? From here. Strong as, okay, so it's from number 8. Okay, so all this. Okay, so this is 8. This is what? This is 6. This is 7. Sorry, yeah, 6, 7. This is also 8. Right, and then this is the 1st and 2nd. Okay, all right. So component. Okay, now so these 5 good roots will what? Offset the 5. Well, how can I say? These 5 good roots are also the 5 what we can say powers. Yeah, that's interesting. 5 powers that will overcome the five, what we call the five obstacles or five hindrances, okay, of doubt, depression or laziness, desires, distraction, and delusion or ignorance. Okay, so these are okay. So the five good roots are the five powers that can overcome these five we say hindrances or obstacles to enlightenment. So this is the fourth set. Okay, so that's five components right here. Right. Okay, so we have remember the previous three sets of four, so that's 12 plus 5, that's 17. Okay, so then we got 20 more. That's 17, yeah, 17, yeah, 5, yeah, 12, 17. Okay, no, sorry, it's 10 here. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 12, 22. We have 22 out of 37. Okay, then there's also the Noble Eightfold Paths involves the sixth set of 7 factors in enlightenment, which are, what are they? Mindfulness, which is number 7, right? Awareness. Discernment, that's 1. Okay, that's proper view, proper understanding. Vigor or determination, that's number 6. That's the proper efforts, diligence, right? Diligent efforts. And then joy or rapture, that's number 2 and 8, right? Okay. And then serenity or tranquility of embodiment, that's 2 and 8 also. Okay, 2 and 8. And concentration, that's number 8. That's number 8, right? Equanimity, that's also 2nd 8. So if you notice, the 8 components of the Noble Eightfold all play a role in these factors, in these, right? Okay, makes sense? So that's a 6. So these are 7. So we have 22 plus 7, right? 7 is what? 29. So 29 out of 37 is 8. What's the last 8? The last 8 are the Eightfold Paths. So it's kind of repetitive, right? It says it kind of like overlaps, but actually because they're different levels. Get it? They're different levels. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, so the Eightfold Paths, okay, embodies all this, right? We know that's the 3 aspects of cultivation. So that's what the Eightfold Paths is, the most basic. So that's why Buddha, there's a reason why Buddha gave this Eightfold Paths as his first teaching, right? I mean, he didn't go into the Diamond Sutra first. He didn't go into the Heart Sutra. He didn't go into the Lankavatara Sutra, right? First he did this. He did this first because it's the most fundamental. And yet these 8 components, what are essential ingredients, if you will, of the 37 aids or of enlightenment. Get it? Okay. So that's why, right? We know the 3 aspects. Okay, that's the mind, mouth. Okay, 3 of the mind, that's the 3 poisons. 4 of the mouth, that's the 4 vices, right, of the mouth, which is lying, right, abusive language, divisive or double talk, and flattery or idle talk. And then the 3 evils of the body, which is to what? Kill, steal, and lust, right? Okay. Now this it's very interesting. The Eightfold Paths, it's very there's a parallel to this in Confucius, in the Confucian teachings. Okay, in the Great Learning. All right, it's called the 8 stages of cultivation. Okay, the Ba Mu Tiao. Okay, so the first one is get rid of attachments. Right, that's to be detachment, to be equanimity. Right, okay. All right, to attain the principle, that's to have the proper view, proper not, and then to have sincere thoughts, right? Proper view, and then proper thoughts, and proper, same thing with this, very similar, okay, proper mind, and then become well cultivated. All right, so, and that's well cultivated person would be following the what? Number 3, 4, and 5 of the Eightfold Paths, right? Proper speech, right? Proper speech, proper actions, and proper livelihood, right? Others, okay, but that, so it's very similar, okay, very similar to what Confucius said, okay, 5, okay. Then the 6, 7, and 8 of Confucius becomes that when you could do this, then your family will become, I would say, well managed, will be harmonious, and then your society will be that's the 6th. 7th will be society. Then if the families are harmonious, then the society or the country will become harmonious. The community, the society, country will become harmonious. And then the eighth stage will be then the whole world will be harmonious and peaceful. Okay, so that's Confucius. Okay, so in a sense, from the Eightfold Paths, you can also map to or derive the same results or same results as or aspirations as what Confucius talked about. Okay, so very interesting. Okay, so the Eightfold Path is the basic path of cultivation from the small vehicle that will lead to more advanced levels of cultivation. Okay, from small to medium to large to great vehicles. Okay, that's also known as the goat, deer, ox, and white bullock carts, or the 4 vehicles. That's per the Lotus Sutra, which is the second to the last sutra teaching, okay, by the Buddha. Okay, all right. So therefore, this Eightfold Path contains all the basic foundations for many of the core concepts and even advanced concepts that, when practiced diligently over time, will lead to the understanding achievement of the most advanced concepts. Okay, so that's where this comes in. Okay, this comes in. All these things here are more advanced concepts. Okay, of the Buddhist teachings. Okay, all right. So just FYI. Okay, so there's a lot here. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so that's what more advanced means. Okay, all right, more advanced. And okay, I'm going to conclude now. As cultivators on the journey of cultivation, we now have a better insight and understanding of this Noble Eightfold Path and its teachings. Then when practiced properly and diligently, that means nonstop, constantly, right? All right. For the rest of our lives, that will lead to profound wisdom, insight, and liberation. Okay, I know it's a lot. It's a different way of looking at it, but that's how the Eightfold Path is. That's how really marvelous it is, because from the, even though you can view it from this very basic, the very basic components are, understanding, it leads to more advanced levels of understanding, all right? And so in today's topic, we're talking a little bit more intermediate level, of which is from the 37 aids, we call it aids, the 37 aids, okay? 37 aids, which we talked about at the beginning here, right? So you have the 8 components, right? Sorry. Right, so you have the 7th set, which is the 8 components, right? 8 plus what? 6 is what? 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7 here, that's 15. 15, right? 15 plus 10 here, 5 times 2, 10, right? It's roots and powers, and then plus 12, so that's 37. So there you have it. So that's why the Eightfold Path is also important, significant from the perspective of talking about the 37 components or aids of enlightenment, okay, of Buddhist teachings. So that's another reason why the Noble Eightfold Path is so fundamental, so important. You can say it's the cornerstone, the foundation, if you will, of Buddha's teaching and for our practice. All right. Okay. So its time is up, and I will conclude here. And if I didn't say anything correctly, I ask for the Buddha's and saints' guidance and corrections, and everybody else's guidance. Thank you.